This video will demonstrate how to install an NFC or tap reader into a Genmega Onyx ATM. NFC readers can be installed on most models of Genmega ATM so long as it has an ACU6 or ACU7 mainboard. These readers were officially supported in software release .44. Before purchasing or installing a kit, please check with your host processor to verify that they will support this type of transaction. To install, you'll need an NFC reader, along with an accessory kit for the specific model of ATM. For an Onyx, this kit includes a wiring harness, some cable ties, some 7mm hex nuts, and a clear template used to mount the reader onto the plastic bezel. The following tools will be required for installation: a 1/2 inch and a 3/16 inch drill, and a center punch, a Phillips head screwdriver, a 7mm socket or nut driver, and a wire cutter. Power off the ATM. The first step will be to attach the clear template to the ATM bezel, using the keypad as a reference point. Notice that the top arrow of this template is used for Onyx and C6000 model ATMs, and the lower arrow is used for Onyx-W wall mount ATM. With the template installed and aligned with the keypad, you can see the location for the holes that will need to be drilled into the bezel. Carefully use the center punch to mark the hole locations. Try to be as accurate as possible when doing this. The small divot made by the center punch acts as a guide point for the drill to keep it from moving. The smaller holes hold the NFC reader in place, and the larger hole is for routing the cable. I recommend that you start the larger hole with the smaller drill first, and then move to the 1/2 inch drill. Be careful, as it's easy for the larger drill to grab the plastic and stop. Once the holes are drilled, test fit the reader to verify that the holes are aligned. If they are slightly off, use the drill to enlarge the holes a bit until the reader can be installed. If your NFC reader already has nuts attached to the studs, go ahead and remove them. Remove the screws that hold the front bezel in place so that you can tilt it forward. Next, route the small end of the wiring harness, labeled NFC, through the large hole drilled in the bezel. If the connector does not fit easily, use the drill to enlarge the hole enough so that it will pass through. Now, connect the cable to the back side of the NFC reader. Then you can install the reader into the bezel and reattach the 4 nuts to the studs. These do not need to be really tight. If you don't have a 7mm socket or nut driver, pliers will work as well. Next, remove the mainboard cover so that you can install the rest of the wiring harness. The black rectangular header connector installs into the socket on the ACU6 or ACU7 mainboard and clips in place. Remove the power connector from the bottom of the mainboard and install this adapter. Route the wires alongside the harness above the card reader. Use the harness clips to secure the wiring. Use the cable ties included in the kit to keep the wiring together along the harness. Once the wiring is secured, reinstall the cover over the mainboard and return the front bezel to its upright position. Power on the ATM and you should hear a beeping from the NFC reader as it initializes. You should see 4 LEDs during this process and then 1 in the upper left corner once it's done. To enable this device in the ATM software, enter the operator menu using the master password. Choose ATM OP. From the main operator menu, choose System Setup. Then choose Device Setup. Now select Card Reader Setup. Here you'll find the NFC reader. If you do not see this option, it means that your software does not support this device. Upgrade to version 44. With the device enabled, back out of the menu. At the welcome screen, you should see this symbol to indicate that the NFC reader is ready to go. You can now tap your card near the reader to start a transaction. I hope this video has been helpful. If you have any questions, please contact Genmega support.